Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here at PlatformCon 2023. Our talk today is going to tell you what you need to know to empower your IDP teams with product management.
Hey, I'm Lisandro, and I'm a tech PM here at Bank, and I'm working with the delivery and observability platform teams.
And I am Renata, also Tech PM at Willbank, and currently working with the mobile platform team. And here is the link to our LinkedIn if you want to reach us out.
Okay, so about Bank, we are a digital bank in Brazil, and we focus on unbanked people. We got more than 4 million clients, which 60% of them identify as Black people. As for workers, we are plus than 1.2K, and among them, 250 technology experts.
So let's get started by talking about a common problem that many companies face in the context of internal developer platforms. So, in the recent past, as many of you know, IDP teams were mostly recognized as operational teams like DevOps. So, to better manage a team's activities, managers would adopt a task based approach to drive what those teams were supposed to accomplish. So, the result was a huge amount of infrastructure tools, documentation, process that sometimes fail to solve any significant problems. And another symptom of this common problem and can be the inefficient communication between teams and internal stakeholders, which will result in a poor relationship with our platform users and an unsatisfactory setting of expectations. Additionally, IDP teams were often staffed with only technical experts, such as engineers, infrastructure, or platform experts. And even though these professionals had the best of intentions, they may not always be familiar with product sets. So, this lack of product management skills within IDP teams lead to a misalignment of priorities and efforts being put in the wrong direction. Also, it's a fact that organizations are not investing enough on product management skills, as reported in the State of DevOps report, the Platform Engineer Edition of 2023. The report stated that only 66% of respondents agree that their platform team has a PO or a PM who evangelize the platform services and capabilities. So for us, it's pretty clear, right, that the product manager role on IDP teams is crucial to cultivating a product mindset for the platform.
Yeah, but the good thing is we are all under the same weather. When I joined IDP here at Bank, I noticed that the whole tribe IDP teams could not really connect with each other when we had to propose common OKRs, for example. And at first, we put together the whole 17 to document in a follow-up presentation what everyone was doing, how that related to the company goals, and how we were progressing and measuring it. It's not really hard to imagine that it became a great start to understand that we were not being able to orchestrate our delivery and that most of our initiatives were not directly connected to our main goals or even not solving the most important problems. Then we could see that we had misaligned priorities, human support tickets, and not clearly considering user needs versus business goals. Then, hey, what did we do? Like, where did we need to change?
For us at that point, we noticed that the answer was to introduce product sense within IDP teams. So we won't dive deep into the concept here on this talk, but product sense is considered a skill of consistently being able to craft products that have intended impact on their users, relying on empathy to discover meaningful user needs and problems, and also creativity to come up with solutions that effectively address those needs. But how did we do it in practice?
Well, our first challenge was to explain our role and set expectations and responsibilities with other roles within the team. Then it was really critical to ensure that everyone understood the value that us as TPMs would bring to the team. Plus that, we started to introduce the product thinking itself, like within every team ceremonies. Besides that, we started to show everyone which were the points we could improve. We began to map how to awake product sense in our teams, and then we started from visibility. We ran a product management maturity level diagnosis in our teams to see which skills we should prioritize with them and how we could address the issues one by one in a more effective way. We measured how the engineers in my teams saw prioritization, discovery, results, increments, and in a table we put them to vote and saw which were the lowest on the scale. And then we could start, like, firstly segregating the main subjects, which were strategy, tactic, and operational.
And talking about strategy, defining a common product strategy for the whole platform, a unique product vision for the whole IDP tribe, also helped us align with the business goals. So now each platform team is able to define a product strategy aligned with the business goals, considering each team's capacity to deal with its specific domain. And this enabled us to develop a deep understanding of the company's goals. So also customer needs and technical capabilities, and now we can be more realistic with the current scenario. And then after having a strategy, we had to put that to work to make it happen. So we created a plan that included a continuous discovery interviews to get to know our internal users and stakeholders better, an opportunities map, and we discuss those opportunities and problems with the whole team so everyone is always in the same page. Also, we plan our delivery using product roadmaps and we document it and we give a visibility to the whole company in using public channels on Slack. By doing this, we are now able to experiment more, we are closer to our users, so we ask for constant feedback to improve our platform and keep delivering real value to them. These were significant steps for us to transition from that task based approach to a problem solving approach. So, by giving team real problems to solve instead of tasks, IDP teams could start to identify and solve problems that actually add value to the company's goals. And this approach also encourages teams to think critically about the challenges they are facing and come up with creative solutions that drive innovation.
Well, but you may be asking what actually changed. Once we did that, like, we started pairing up with the engineer leaders, and then we noticed that the rest of the company had changed the perception about us. We no longer recognized as only firefighters answering supporting tickets. We got here by giving visibility to our deliveries and the impact, and people now just have a clear vision of what we are doing, and that it is basically to make their life easier. The leadership also recognizes IDP as an ally to get where the company goes. If we, as a company, want to scale, the technology, the infrastructure, and the dev experience should grow as well. And in consequence of that, we can be more assertive when prioritizing our work and being more connected to the business strategy while providing efficiency and also better experience to the streamlined teams. And also that connects with the team's morale that has also increased. When you give them meaningful problems to solve, it gets pretty clear and they get more confidence. And that also connects with how the engineers know the tasks they are working and how it really affects and makes a difference, causing impact for the whole organization. They feel empowered, and the whole ecosystem around the team as well feels better.
So, to summarize, we want to share some lessons learned in this process. The first one is that platform teams are much more effective when they see the value of what they are building for the internal users, for the business, or for the end users. Also, platform engineers can bring several new technical solutions when they are involved since the discover phase. So, when they feel empathy for the users, when they understand their problems, it's really better to share these technical solutions So I usually invite my platform engineers to attend interviews with other developers and stakeholders in the company. And when it's not possible, I try to record it to share with them later. A third lesson learned is that we need to give visibility of our work in a daily basis to everyone who is impacted by it. So we use public channels on Slack to publish our roadmaps, our release plans, or just to give visibility in case anything is paused or blocked. Also, we need to restate what we do and the value and impact of our deliverables to everyone. In my case, as a TPM for the mobile platform team, I need to make sure that the whole company knows that my team has the ownership of specific domains like the release train, like the performance metrics of the application, or any productivity tools to our mobile developers. It's also important that you build a real relationship with your internal customers and make them your partners to collaborate with the solutions you are building. So at Willbank, we are trying to do our best to implement some inner source process to collaborate more with our developers to build platforms that improve the productivity and the dev experience as well.
And from all that visibility and recording feedbacks, we could gather some takeaways. The first one is that there is always more to do, and usually there is not enough people to do it. So choose your battles wisely, use product prioritization, or even try taking it to your personal life. The second point is that releasing platform products with limited adoption is not really enough. Take advantage of the closeness with your internal users to get quick feedback, improve their experience, and increase adoption. So your partners inside the company can start to be spreaders about your product. Okay, following up here, we got that everything can be a platform if it solves a real cross problem for the organization. So make sure you again here connected to the other teams so you can evaluate if some solution they are building is worthy to be replicated. And that also connects with the fourth point, which is do some research and benchmarking, because there's already a solution sometimes for the problems that you're trying to solve. And some research and benchmarking could solve it, good relationship with your partners, and encourage your teams as well to bring new ideas.
So during this whole process, during this huge amount of change, some issues may arise. So you want to restate how to deal with them. The first thing is that product management skills, product sense can be learned and applied by anyone in the team, but you don't want to increase the cognitive load of the technical folks. So when it's possible, try to introduce PMs, technical PMs, or platform PMs within your IDP teams. So once it happens, the team might be confused by the engineer manager or tech lead versus product manager responsibilities. So make sure you set expectations and make each role's responsibilities very clear, even the shared ones. Also, communication is important. So try to communicate better to avoid problems. Communicate better with our partners, with our team, with our leadership, with our stakeholders and users. So try to be present and listen to what they have to say. Also, as we mentioned before, try to involve engineers since the discover phase. They will come up with much better solutions. Also, never underestimate documentation. It will be important for you to give visibility of your work. And also, the most important here, top downs will happen. So try to anticipate your leadership needs and be prepared to adapt.
Yeah, sometimes they happen a lot in a week. But yeah, those are some of the problems, but for sure, another ones will arise and you face them. So feel free to reach us on our LinkedIn's or in the Slack platform engineering community so we can exchange some more of what we've been through. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.